You wake up, and within 5 minutes, your mind is already full of the world's noise. Notifications, social media, and messages have already captured your attention before you've given a single moment to your own thoughts or your faith. Most people want to live a life that is anchored and centered, but there is a wide gap between wanting that peace and actually doing the work to sustain it. Life gets busy, old habits return, and you find yourself running on your own strength again without even realizing it. We aren't talking about how often you sit in a pew or how emotional you feel during a service. Those aren't the metrics. Real alignment shows up in how you respond to pressure and how you manage your time. This chart maps where you stand. The horizontal axis measures action. The vertical axis measures your state of mind, from anxiety to peace. Wishing without changing habits keeps you bottom left, constantly reactive. Measurable daily shifts move you top right, where peace lives. To find out if your foundation is secure, you have to audit your daily patterns. How do your habits hold up when the next crisis hits? Moving from a reactive life to a grounded one isn't a matter of luck. It requires trading the comfort of a familiar routine for a set of intentional, often difficult, daily behaviors. This matrix breaks down exactly what those behaviors cost you and what they produce. The first shift is the morning anchor. This is the practice of carving out space, even just 10 minutes, for prayer or reading before you touch your phone or start your day's tasks. The cost is practical. You lose the convenience of sleeping until the last second, and you sacrifice that immediate hit of digital dopamine that comes from checking your notifications the moment you wake up. The second shift involves your decision-making process. It's the habit of pausing to check your direction before you commit to a response or an opportunity. As the second row shows, when you implement this pause, you stop asking for a blessing on decisions you've already made and start asking for wisdom before you move. This requires you to give up speed. You have to let go of the gratification of an impulsive reaction and abandon the exhausting idea that you can force every outcome through your own effort. Giving up control over your morning and your immediate reactions is the price you pay to move from a frantic life to one built on a stable foundation. Eventually, the routine will be tested by a situation you didn't see coming. Your psychological response in those moments is the clearest indicator of your actual priorities. Putting faith first doesn't result in fewer problems or a smoother road. It results in a stillness that exists even when things are going wrong, a calm that doesn't necessarily make logical sense given the circumstances. To find stillness, change how you process hardship. Stop the mental spiral is catastrophizing and replace it with a different default response. In the third row, the input is gratitude. Looking for where your foundation holds during a struggle builds a resilience others find confusing. The cost here is your habit of complaining. You have to let go of the easy comfort of venting and stop treating worry as if it's a form of productive preparation. True strength isn't measured by whether you feel the weight of a crisis. It is measured by how quickly your behavior returns you to a baseline of peace. Beyond your internal thoughts, you also have to manage external pressures, specifically the opinions of others and the media you allow into your mind. You will eventually face a choice. Do you keep everyone else comfortable, or do you do what you know is right? Prioritizing God means you stop needing everyone's approval to feel secure. This applies to your free time. What you consume shapes how you think. The final row shows the trade-off of auditing those inputs. Choosing to focus on things that build your faith rather than distract you leads to freedom, but comes with social friction. You have to be willing to endure the discomfort of disappointing people who don't understand your choices, and you have to give up the easy reach of cheap, mindless entertainment. You cannot have absolute freedom in your relationships until you accept the social friction that comes with standing by your convictions. Moving faith to the center of your life makes certain things harder, but it builds the specific type of resilience that holds up when the world gets loud. This scorecard helps you identify exactly which shift you need to focus on today, depending on where you are currently struggling the most. If you feel overwhelmed and reactive, start with the morning anchor and the decision pause. You need to reclaim your time and stop moving faster than your foundation allows. If you're making choices based on what others think, your priority is shifting your approval metric. You have to learn to be okay with disappointing people in order to honor your convictions. If you feel spiritually dry or stuck, you need to audit your inputs. Replace the content that just kills time with content that actually feeds your mind and challenges you to grow. Success is not about perfectly executing these habits every single day. It's about the desire to keep coming back to the pattern every time you realize you've drifted away from it. Feeling convicted by this audit isn't a sign of failure. It's the blueprint you need to build a life that won't unravel when the pressure turns up.